Are we live?
That's right.
It lies. All right, let's see here. It's Texas in the fall. Send money. If you'd like to keep the blanket fort in enough money to keep the heat and or air and or heat and or air in the same 24 hours on, donate here. It's ridiculous. What's wrong with? If you like coffee, King Harvest Imperial Coffee sends us coffee. We'd like them to continue doing that. So if you like coffee, you need to order it from these guys, and be sure you let them know you heard about it from us. So they'll send us more coffee because coffee is good. Coffee keeps people unchecked. If you like T-shirts with witty sayings, Among the Leaves Tees, tinyurl.com, Among the Leaves Tees. Friend of ours. If you order from him, let him know you heard about it from us. Okay.
Well, and it's another day.
It is, for a fact.
And the weather is cooling off temporarily, I think.
I'm trying to find something that we need to talk about.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Oh, thank you. Once I get to talk.
You get to talk.
But you have to know how to start.
That.
You getting there?
A couple of days ago, I posted about Apple getting 0 dayed. And our friend Borpatch put up one yesterday, which I repeated today. Now it's Android's turn.
Again.
Zabriskie malware found 77 apps with malware in that were downloadable from Google, who supposedly has this great malware detector.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Google. They're probably putting the malware in there.
Or they're doing it by contract. Well, Jesse, that's all they found.
Yeah.
And
now that the seal's been broken on Apple, you can bet that it's going to start showing up there too.
Yeah. So, if you're connecting via anything, your data's at risk. Hell, watching this live stream, your data's at risk.
Yeah.
Not that we're going to do anything, but there are people out there who will.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants a piece of us. They want our money. They want our identity, where they can spin that off any way they can.
They can make money off your identity.
Yeah. Look at the number of companies now that are protection companies.
Mm-hmm.
Who are going to protect you from all the shit.
I forget who it was. That.
But who protects us from the protection company?
Right.
Yeah.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Yeah.
There was a very quiet scandal several years back where a malware detection company was found to be taking money from people making malware.
Yeah.
Might have been Kaspersky Labs, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it was Kaspersky.
Was it? Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, Kermit, yeah. FedGov has got our data. Yeah. Tell me about it. OPM.
How many times?
Friggin' OPM has gotten swacked at least twice that I know of.
I've gotten 2 letters. I'm pretty much on a permanent one of these. I forget which company it is that checks for your name.
Yeah.
I've got 2 notices, and I've been re-upped to it twice by the federal government for hacking my information. I've been put on it once or twice by the county because they got hacked.
Yeah.
So
let's not forget our banks.
The banks.
It was probably Norton, McAfee, all of them have been hit.
Yeah, Kermit, that sounds about right. But there was one that, honestly, they were a fairly decent virus detector, and then it came out that people writing viruses were cutting them in on the
Profits.
On the profits.
Yeah.
If their viruses could be exempt.
Yeah.
Having, for good reason, had all my credit frozen.
Oh yeah. I've had mine frozen for over 10 years.
And when I say that, not that they froze it, but that I had it frozen.
Yeah.
Because I'm not likely to borrow money from it for any reason other than to pay off the house. And That's already done. I don't need somebody borrowing money in my name, and
I need to get my credit up to a certain level because right now, anybody that hacks my ID, go ahead and put money in. If you hack my credit information, you're gonna start crying. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah, Jesse, all the password vaults have already been hacked. Yeah.
I keep going back and hoping that one of these years somebody's going to steal a car of mine and bring it back with money for repairs and an apology.
And enough to fill it up with gas.
No, because
Okay, that's way too much for anybody to spend.
they'll steal a car and then you get a note that's broken down 3 blocks away and they're so sorry.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah, RK, we've some of us have been doing this for way too long.
Oh yeah. Like I said, there's some company that monitors the dark web. I have my doubts, but their shtick is they monitor the dark web for your personal information.
Yeah.
And I think I probably got a permanent membership to it by now because all of these government agencies that I work for kept getting hacked.
Yeah.
Well, it's like people keep complaining about, well, if you say that, you're going to wind up on a watch list.
And
how many of us have been on a watch list since the 70s?
still are.
I mean, seriously, I mean,
Hey, Wally. Yeah, Jesse, the last guy to open my bank account, hoping to give Sand and Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, I know you've been on, due to your previous experience in the military, you've been on watch list, period.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly have been on watch lists. I've had times in my life when I wasn't allowed to leave the country for various reasons.
There are still countries.
Unless they sent you.
There are still countries, some of which don't exist anymore, that
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go to.
You and me both.
That makes, I at one point wasn't allowed to leave the country.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me. I mean, I joined the army to get away.
Yeah.
They stuck me in Fort Hood, damn Texas.
Brian says, you're not on a watch list at this point. You're just not living right.
No good.
Yeah. Add in being a writer.
My mother has a cousin who was active IRA. And I'm talking the Irish Republican Army. Guess what? We were on the list for a long time for.
Well, I saw one of those things, score yourself 1 point for each thing you haven't done.
Yeah.
Woo!
And it was very book and writer centric.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of it was obviously for females. Score your point if you've never fangirled over a particular author.
Yeah.
I have never fangirled over anybody.
Yeah.
Because, well, I
I
can't.
haven't fangirl, period.
Now, I did squee over one author.
I have squeed before, but I've never fangirl. I don't have the equipment to fangirl.
Yeah.
Exactly. But for the most part, okay, writers for us are like water.
Yeah.
We've been in the middle of it for so long.
I've had to deal with them on the back end. Writers don't impress me a whole lot these days.
Having a wife who's also dealing with them on the back end.
Yeah.
And has been for much longer than you have because trying to get writers to pay for covers or anything else that they need to have hired out.
Uh-huh.
Rick said, when we pulled into Hong Kong in 1980, we were told not to go over to Macau to gamble, which meant half the fucking boat was in Macau that night.
Something I learned very young, as a very young soldier, was when the command sergeant major brought me into his office to congratulate me on making sergeant and to pass along the hard-earned wisdom. One of the things he told me was, if you want your soldiers to do something very badly, tell them not to do it.
Oh, yeah.
CSM was not wrong. If you want your soldiers to do something, tell them not to do it, because every one of them will show up right there.
Jesse says, the summer child pestering Larry, who was so proud of knowing one writer.
I know about 323 as of 8 o'clock this morning. So
Hell, I'm related to, I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Through marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Larry's thing on X. Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, some rocket scientist on X decided to announce to Larry that reposting his tweets
Yeah.
without his permission was a violation of copyright, and he was going to report him to Massachusetts State Copyright Police.
Does Massachusetts State have a copyright police?
Don't know, don't care.
I doubt it.
Don't know, don't care. That was the dumbest thing. That was the dumbest thing. And apparently, there's some
Oh, the writer turned out to be Pat Tomlinson.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Who's Pat Tomlinson?
Nobody.
Pat Tomlinson is a nothing author who got lucky. I think he's the one that wrote this very acclaimed novel. I haven't read it, so I don't know, but apparently it was a great novel. And unlike George R.R. Martin, young Patrick didn't do several more. He just promised to. So he's got one out of a trilogy. The other two have never appeared.
Yeah.
And he keeps promising.
And wanting money.
And So, woo.
Well, I don't. When I asked about the Massachusetts State Copyright Police, I was actually being serious because do you realize the Department of Education has a SWAT team?
Yeah.
Well, I realize, because this was my job for a couple of years, that interstate law enforcement is very complicated. And since Larry lives in Utah, and the alleged Massachusetts State Copyright Police are apparently in Massachusetts,
yeah,
they're not going to show up and shoot at his dog.
Yeah. With today's
The feds might, but Massachusetts can't.
Yeah. Tomlinson's apparently been in several defamation suits
Yeah.
and swatted himself.
Yep.
That's the one I forgot about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick, San Francisco had a lot of writers that would show up at the bookstores, including the one down in Sherman Oaks. And, they would wander in a bookstore and you had no idea who the hell they were until they went over and started signing books. Covert book signing used to be a thing.
Oh yeah. Well, around me it still is.
Yeah.
If you've got a book I'm in a bookstore,
yeah,
I carry a pen around for a reason. I will autograph the hell out of that thing and put it. Yep, I will autograph the hell out of that thing and put it on back on the shelf. I just imagine the squeeze if one of my tens of fans finds that book with my. Real quick, I wanted to make an announcement. Real quick.
Okay. Announce away.
Lori Janeski,
yes,
is a friend of ours, and she had a bad car accident some time back. So Racketteur Press is approached to help put together a charity anthology with all proceeds to go to Lori to help in her recovery and medical expenses and everything. And I've just drawn a blank on who her husband, Matthew Bowman?
Yeah, Matt Bowman.
Matt Bowman's her husband. She's married to Matt Bowman. Anyway.
And he has some physical issues.
Yeah. Both of them have money to help with medical would not go amiss.
Yes.
So we have finally, after there were some issues, we have finally got the charity anthem out. It's called Hairballs, Hiccups, and Hope. It's on Amazon. I'll give you the cover. That's the cover. Hairballs, Hiccups, and Hope. It's a charity anthology for to benefit Lori Janeski. All money goes to her. And if y'all could pitch in some money, she's good people. Her husband's good people.
Yep.
And they're in a bad spot that wasn't on their fault, or that wasn't on them. Cedar said, we just helped we just gave a boost here and there. It's on my Substack notes. It's on the Racketteur Press Facebook homepage, and it's been going around Facebook. So if you need a link, it's there somewhere. Everything was volunteers. Like I said, all money's going to Lori, who needs it. So if y'all could give her a hand, I'd appreciate it. Also, this may be, Jonna, Rita, Cedar, and I sat down and finalized the 2026 year. And I'm not sure we're going to be doing charity anthologies for a while because,
We got no room.
damn.
Speaking of anthologies, I'll put in a peg for our library anthology,
Yes, another charity anthology.
which benefits our little local library. The premise of this year's book is library creatures, and they can be whatever you want. Short story, 5,000 to 8,000 words preferred, and send it to me, and we'll get it in the anthology. And this does benefit our little local library. So all you will get out of it is going to be exposure. I'm sorry, but we've made about $4,000 for the library over the last couple of years. So that money goes directly to support their children's programs.
And I know that I've been saying, and y'all can quote me on this, that exposure is what you die of when you'll get paid. But in these two cases, exposure is not bad. Okay. I will say that if you need the money, if you're an author who needs to get paid, don't send your story somewhere where you get paid for it.
Yep.
But these are excellent and worthy
Causes.
Thank you. Squirrel, glow stick. Fuck. Yeah, worthy causes. Charity work is not working for exposure. Well, technically it is, but good folks. Lori is good people. Her husband's good people. The little libraries need help.
Boy, they need that.
Little small town libraries, God bless them, don't need to be going away. Every small town I've ever lived in has a library with a overworked librarian who shows up cheerful and tries to help out on so many things,
Yeah,
especially these days.
I have seen little local libraries that were a one-room storefront with one librarian who did everything in the
Yeah.
library.
Most of the small town libraries I've been to have been that
Yeah.
way.
And 80% of what they got are paperbacks that people have donated because that's all they can afford.
Well, Amy has actually done a sale. She did a sale this fall on some of the older books. And the ones that she had duplicates of from the donations. Yeah.
Yes, it is not a rack press title. All we did was help out. All we did was help out. This is not a rack press title. We were honored to be asked to help out, and in between the anthology every 2 weeks, in between the 4, 5, 6 novels, in between the 4 boys books, we pitched in where we could.
Yeah.
So no, it's not rack to press because we honestly we couldn't give it the full weight of what we do, but we are more than proud to have done what we could. All right. So no, it's not a rack press title. Just look for it by the cover.
Yep. You can
It'll
find it
pop up.
on Amazon. I just bought a copy of it just now.
Yeah, God bless small town libraries.
Yeah.
I love them to death. I really do. I was around a librarian several years ago, a couple of decades ago. Let's go mainline some Geritol, grab my Walkman, shall I? And I got the behind the scenes of what small town librarians do, and oh my God, those ladies, and they're usually ladies.
Yep.
They're usually retirees or somebody whose husband makes, because small town libraries do not pay a lot if they pay at all.
Well, Amy's hubby is now retired. So
Small town librarians don't get paid a lot if they get paid at all. Thank you.
Yep.
And they're making do, and they are past masters of making do with with literally baling wire and duct tape.
Well, I know she's paid with her own money for quite a bit of the stuff.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the kids
They
too.
do that.
But our library is actually the old Tom Burnett house,
Yeah.
townhouse,
Got donated.
and it is haunted.
Yeah, no kidding. Surprised Quanah Parker doesn't show up. Quanah, for those of you who don't know, Quanah Parker was one of the last war chiefs. War chief? Or chief? I don't know.
The old war chief also.
Of the Comanche tribe. Very famous. He was actually half Comanche. His mother was Cynthia Ann Parker.
Yeah.
And statesman, politician,
War chief.
war chief, and he and Tom Burnett were friends.
Yeah.
And there are verified stories of him riding his war pony up the staircase to the top to the ballroom.
Yeah. The
'Cause
ballroom's on the second floor.
second floor is ballroom. And
That's where we meet.
I'll be damned if I can see how the hell he fit a horse up those stairs.
Very carefully.
I mean, I can see how it'd work, but
I can guarantee
That's
he's
a
laid
well-trained-
down over the horse's withers. and
yeah,
went
that's
up.
a well-trained horse.
As far as how carefully, once he started up those stairs, that horse was too busy scrambling to be careful.
Yeah. That horse was going up.
That was Tom Burnett was one of the folks. 460 Ranch, Burke Burnett was his kin.
Yeah.
And he was the toff around here.
Yeah.
He and his wife threw fantastic parties apparently. And Quanah Parker was a fairly regular attendee.
But the reason I know that the damn place is haunted is we published the first Haunted Libraries anthology. Amy and I were sitting working on a computer, and the way they have it set up, the computers are in line with the row of books.
Mhm.
And we're sitting there, and we're the only two in the library. And I said, all right, go ahead and hit publish. She hit publish, and a friggin' book jumped off the bookcase. And we both just looked at each other and went, and she went, well, somebody's involved.
It's
But they do not go into the basement at night.
I didn't know there was a basement.
Yeah,
Oh.
apparently there is.
I would do it. Nope, I ain't not that dumb.
But they also support our little writers group.
This for a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a small town Texas library. The librarian is the wife of a retired cop.
Yep.
And she and her staff, a highly underpaid staff, put all their heart into it. It's a damn decent little library. It is little.
And we donate copies of our books to them.
It is little.
Yeah.
But it's a decent little library. It's got if you need internet, you don't have internet, you can go by. They've got internet.
Yeah.
Public computers. They've got federal forms.
They actually know how to fill out the forms,
Yep.
unlike some of the supposed experts.
Well, and something you could say about this small town library and most of the others is while we talk about what the librarian does and all the effort the people that work there do, it's like all other small towns. The librarians support the other institutions of the town. The other institutions of the town support. They all try and work together.
Yeah.
It's a community. It's not just a place to go borrow books.
Yeah.
Yep. And Sanford's right. It's full. It's a full-on community.
Yeah, well, they do all the senior pictures up there for the high school too.
Good. So funny as hell. When the first book came out, Amazon cut them a check.
Yeah,
And since the library is part of the city system, it went to the city treasurer.
Yeah.
City treasurer, who didn't know what it was, and kicked it back.
now she went to kick it back,
Oh,
and I had gone over and was talking to Amy, and I said, "Have you gotten your first check yet?" She went, "No," and I went, "Did you check to see where the money was going?" She went, "No." I said, "You might want to call over to the city and find out." And she said, she called me later that night. She said, the city was getting ready to send the damn check back because they didn't know who it belonged to. So she now keeps a very close eye on that.
one of the things that small town, a lot of this was more common in the past than it is now in small towns. Here in Iowa Park, the mayor is not paid.
Yeah.
He gets voted in. He might get $1 a year. And I don't think the city councilors get paid either.
That's for
But
the hate and discontent they put up with.
I think they might get $1 a year but they don't get paid. So the mayor in Iowa Park, he works for that dollar. He really does. But you're not getting paid, so you have to actually want to make a difference.
Yeah, her husband was the mayor for 2 terms, not by choice.
Yeah, they kept voting him back.
Yeah.
He kept. Did he finally get out of being mayor? I thought he was still mayor.
I think he got out of it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept getting voted in. He kept screaming no, and they kept pulling him back. He's a good mayor.
Well, he was also a cop, so nobody was going to argue with him either.
It's that's what small town America. That's what America was built on.
Yeah.
Was the idea of being in politics is not supposed to be what we've got in Washington.
Yeah.
But it's people that are actually trying to help.
Yep.
And you're not supposed to be a professional politician. You're supposed to go to politics for a while and hope you got somebody else that can run whatever your business is while you're in Washington.
The first time he got
Hey, Mike.
the first time he got reelected, he had told everybody don't.
Yeah.
And said my name's not out there. And then the next morning he was apparently drinking his coffee, and Amy said she heard, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And it's typical of all small towns, regardless of what state they're in. It's a poor town.
Yeah, no.
We don't have a lot of money. We don't have a big tax base.
And the thing that people don't realize is this small, rural, poor town, I hate to tell folks this, but this is the norm in the United States.
Yeah.
DFW, Houston, San Antonio, that's not the norm.
No.
The majority of the United States, majority of the population of the United States is in small, rural, struggling towns.
It's like the cops, people who are used to LA or whatever, they see the movies, and cops have these nice apartments and drive whatever the latest sports car is.
Yeah.
But the actual small town cops don't make a hell of a lot more
No.
than if they were working at, they're doing better than McDonald's, but not better than, maybe they're doing better than McDonald's, but not a whole lot.
My first job, my first law enforcement job, I was a patrol deputy in a small town, and my paycheck was $999 and change every month. The entire month, I was getting $999 and change, and my rent was $300.
That's still a hell of a lot better than what I made in the Navy.
Well,
when I
yes.
went in.
Yeah,
Well, you
when
were paid in
in the
salt,
Navy,
too.
The Navy promised to pay for your food every day.
You were paid in salt too.
Yeah, I'm not that old. $152 a month. My actual pay that hit my hand was $52.
Well, I think my first monthly pay as a E2 in the Army was $129 a month.
Yeah. Plus all the roadshow. Yeah.
I ate a lot of, and I had to.
Yeah.
I had to eat a lot of roadkill because Bug Scuffle didn't provide anything except I got a brand new, mostly new slapjack, a used can of CN Mason expired. I had to supply everything else.
Now they gave you the barbed wire pliers.
Fencing pliers. Brand new fencing pliers in a package, which tells you what a rural deputy's primary job is.
Do they teach you how to do fencing?
Oh yeah. I found out how to do fencing with a quickness.
Yep.
I found out how to wrangle cows with a quickness too. That was one of the most important parts.
Now, the reason I ask is because I have seen people try to fix a fence.
Oh,
Now, barbed wire is a little easier than if you've got a cattle fence made out of cattle panels, but or in our particular case, a roll of fencing that was cattle panel shaped. but somebody trying to not a full fix, a temporary repair to hold it together until after the storm.
Yeah.
After you get the cattle back in. Some of these people got no clue.
Nope.
How many feet of fence wire did you keep in the truck in the car for?
was driving. The first one I had was 92 Caprice, and then I upgraded in a year or so, 2 years, to the 94 Caprice. When I became the primary road deputy, I upgraded to the 94 Caprice. But the 92, I love the trunk on that thing.
Yeah.
The amount of space and stuff I had in that trunk was just.
Oh, who was it? Joaquin Jackson talking about the amount of shit that he carried in his trunk.
Yeah.
Had to put overload springs in the back of the car.
Had a deputy in Kentucky. Correction, he was not a deputy. He was a deputy constable.
Okay.
Little town. And he talked about the time he wound up doing a good bust. Found a marijuana field.
Oh,
Found the people killing the crops when he found it. And he had to arrest 6 of them.
how many did he put in the trunk?
4.
Yeah.
He had a old Buick Skylark. By the way, it was officially a deputy's car because they put a strap-on light bar across the top and signs on the side, but it was actually his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't a Skylark. What was Roadmaster? Excuse me.
Buick
There was
Roadmaster.
plenty of room in the trunk.
Buick Roadmaster. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
No, I did. I had the ever important roll of TP. I had a roll of fencing wire.
Yeah.
I had a 7mm Magnum with a bolt with a scope in case I needed to get.
Reach out and touch something.
I had an M2 M2 carbine. I had ammunition out the wazoo.
Yeah.
I had more weapons on that car. We were a 4-man department for 1,000 square
Yeah.
miles. I had more armament on that car than some Central American nations.
Well, that's what Joaquin Jackson said in his book. That when the Rangers got the cars, the first thing they did was take them all down to the dealer and tell them to put overload springs in the back. Said they were carrying 500 or 600 rounds of ammo in the back, enough to cover all of the weapons, quote unquote.
Yeah, I had ammo in the door panels, and I had 357 because I was carrying a revolver when I first started. I had probably 1,000 rounds of 357. I have no idea what the hell I was going to do with it, but I had over 1,000 rounds.
Just in case.
I had the
Well, that's if you called for backup, they'd need it.
Yeah.
no kidding. Yeah. I mean, I had 30 carbine, I had 357, I had 7 rim mag, I had 12 gauge.
Probably had multiple 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, I had every bit of fancy 12 gauge. I had slugs, I had sock
Double R.
rounds, I had double up. No, I had number 1. I'm fondest for number 1, but
Yeah.
I like number 1. Sock rounds, dragon breath. I mean, I had an entire 12 gauge shop of different 12 gauge rounds. I like the 12 gauge.
Did you still have, were they still using HFs up there then? Radios,
Yeah.
backups?
Yeah.
So yeah, they would have had the HF radio back there too.
Yep.
Along with the VHF and which
Yep.
wouldn't get anywhere unless you were up somewhere high.
Once I got up on the camera, because the town I worked at, Clarendon, Texas, for those of you who don't know, is actually down in a draw.
Yeah.
It's on the Caprock breaks where you got the flat of the
Llano Escudado.
yeah, and then as it drops down to the lower plains, Clarendon is one of those draws. It doesn't look like it, but it's actually a draw. And there are times in the middle of the night I had to drive up on the Caprock so that I could reach the dispatch.
Yeah, it gives a whole new meaning to phone home.
No kidding.
And sometimes with the HFs, there was no telling who you were talking to.
Nope.
You called dispatch and
I to this day, but then you had what's called intercity and your local radio channel.
Yeah.
Intercity is a frequency given to everybody.
Yeah.
You turn your radio over to intercity, you can talk to whoever's in range, and that could get interesting. And that was back in the early days of cell service. So the cell service was a little confused on 911.
well, I can remember sitting in Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. We would go down there in the middle of the night, tune up the HF and call Scott Air Force Base in St. Louis. And they would be as clear as you and I talking right
Oh, I
now.
believe it.
And they would give us a free phone patch to our homes. So a lot of times that was how we called a home, and if we couldn't do that, we'd, chase around through the frequencies, and we knew which ones the ham radio operators like to monitor. So we'd get hams to do it. That would be a collect call, but it was still workable.
Holy cow! We even had CBs in our.
Yeah.
We had CB radio in the patrol cars too.
VHF, yeah, it can reach out certain times of the year. But what it is it depends on what the skip is. And you talk about CBs.
Some skips are reliable, and some of them are you don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I have,
Some start out and then go downhill quick.
We used to, when I was in California, we ran CBs a lot for the race vehicles. And we were down at Barstow. And I remember getting a guy with a funny accent on the CB. Turned out he was in Australia. And that was on might have been a little more powerful than 5-watt CB.
now, I have a question for you.
So that
There are still places in Ohio I know, as of 5 years ago when I moved to Texas, where there's no CB, no cell phone reception.
Yeah.
I'm assuming in the Cap Rock breaks, there are lots of places where there's no cell phone reception. Is that?
there were last time I was there.
Because today we all think, well, you need to call back to headquarters, just get on the phone, and that's not true
No.
in a lot of places.
No. There was one part east side of town that was
Hey, Mikado.
it was a draw, with a cut
Yeah.
through a draw through a draw. And you always knew when you hit it. It's on 287. If you're going from here to Amarillo, and it's between Headley and Clarendon, you'll
Yeah.
hit that little. You're in there. You don't have cell service. You don't have, the radio doesn't work. Nothing. It's just deep and steep enough that
Yeah.
there's nothing except that pig farm upwind.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're in that draw, is when you start gagging and choking.
Yeah.
You cannot call for help.
Doug,
And you want to with that
and you
big
want
warm-up
to.
win.
Doug, mine was KWBW 7885 years ago. Call sign on the handle on CB
I don't.
varied with depending on where you were and who you were talking to.
As a young deputy, I ran I was fond of the CB because I like midnights.
Yeah.
And I would park the super scooter sideways on the median between northbound and southbound 287 until I heard over the CB, the truck drivers warning everybody else, slow down. There was a county Mountie at mile marker X.
Yeah.
And then I'd piff off, do my job.
Yeah.
And then once on the radio, I heard, he's not there anymore. I'd scoot back and park there. I wasn't
Yeah.
interested in writing tickets. I wanted them to slow the hell down.
Yeah.
But I also, listening to truck drivers that don't know that you can hear them, listening and run their sucks.
Yeah.
I don't recommend a CB for young officers.
No. Wally says, as a son of a hog farmer, that's the smell of money.
Oh, dirty
Yes.
money. Yes, you are correct. It is, but it'll still gag a maggot off a gut ragging at 50 yards.
I have raised hogs and never had that problem. The difference is the concentration on a pig farm.
Yeah.
You got 2 hogs out in the field, you'll never notice the smell.
Yep.
You got 200 hogs out in the field, you can't breathe.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're a pig farmer, in which case, well,
Yeah. this was set up. This was set up just right so that it would follow. It would
You
follow.
haven't made one of those in a month.
I made one the last time we did it.
Oh, you did.
The
second try.
stink would just roll down the draw along with the woo. You would drive along, hit that like running into a wall.
Well, same thing out in Midland, Odessa, except a different smell.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's the oil and gas.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, "Oh, it stinks." And yeah, well, that stinks like money.
I remember as a kid growing up, we were on a large farm. We raised beef.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that cow shit is the smell of money.
Yeah.
And it smells like home.
Yeah.
But there was a pig farm that was directly northeast of us.
Oh,
Now, this is fine where we lived. The weather came from the south or the west.
Yeah.
It always pushed east or north.
Yeah.
Or northeast. Once in a while, there'd be a weather pattern,
oh yeah.
and it would bring the wind out of the northeast. Would wake you up in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
Same thing in Amarillo. The town of Hereford, which is south and west of Amarillo. South of Hereford, it was, probably still is, overloaded feedlots.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we send our cattle. Everybody sent their cattle to Hereford, to feedlots. And that's okay because most of the time, the weather patterns in are coming out of the north. But every now and then,
Yeah.
you get something coming out of the southwest, and it'd blow Hereford air through Amarillo.
Yeah.
And you'd walk out of somewhere and
Difference is ranches and oil fields smell like money. Money is disgusting anyway.
she's not wrong.
Well, and it's, there are places now,
Money is not disgusting. The lack of money is disgusting.
but there are places now who will tell you when you come in, no money out of bras, no money out of shoes.
Because it's disgusting.
And if you have ever handled $100 bill, you probably have handled or touched remnants of cocaine.
You do that with 20s.
Uh,
No. When I,
Fives even.
when I was I got a chewing out by my boss. I briefly worked at a truck stop, and had some large lady came in to pay for $300 worth of diesel by reaching into her bra elbow deep and dropped. And I looked at it. I looked at her. I looked at it. I got some rubber gloves. Started. Well, they turned out $300. I put on the gloves before, and she pitched a fit.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even when she reached down into her cleavage to get that. It wasn't in a wallet. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just. She,
Yeah.
And it was wet when she pulled it out.
woo!
Paper mills are another one. Paper mills and because NAS Glencoe, there was a paper mill in Brunswick, Georgia.
Ooh, that one. Paper mills and leather places,
Well, tanneries,
tanneries. Oh my God!
but the wind would catch it just right, and it was south of the base, so we seldom got it. But every once in a while, when a hurricane came through,
There is a place in Cincinnati that makes additives for alcohol that are various fruit flavors.
oh
Okay.
jeez,
When you're driving south on 75 and they are running full bore,
rotten fruit.
well, I wish it smelled that good.
Yeah.
You could smell the artificial
Yeah.
fruit smell.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, Tom, humidities. Yeah.
no kidding.
The other one,
And
the other one,
it wasn't hundreds either.
Yeah.
It was a roll of 20s, and the center part of the roll was soaked.
the other one is the water treatment plants. Bowling Air Force Base, which houses the Naval Research Laboratory, along with a number of other things, including the White House switchboard, is next door to the water treatment plant for Maryland.
Oof.
And the wind down there is changeable.
Oh,
And we would occasionally get a call going, Can we postpone the meeting till tomorrow, or can we come over there?
Wait, postpone the meeting till tomorrow.
Yes. There were guys that literally had gas masks in their office,
And then you
and
get
girls.
small towns now in areas that are flood prone. Ohio had a lot of areas that were flood prone because they got a lot of rivers, they got a lot of rain.
Yeah.
When the flooding is so bad it backs up the sewers,
Oh,
the whole town smells like, to be polite, human excrement.
We have not had a decent turnover in the lakes in a while, have we?
no.
Um,
When that's going to be interesting.
the lakes in Texas have, and probably everywhere else, but I'm only familiar with Texas, have what's called a turnover in spring and fall. And what happens because of the physical nature of water, because it's weird, it doesn't act like any other element or any other compound. The cold water at the bottom and the hot water at the top, there's a thermocline separating them. Every now and then they'll switch. When the temperature changes and they'll switch.
You get a radical enough temperature change.
The cold water at the bottom will swap with the warm water at the top. Well, the cold water at the bottom is full of a whole bunch of food that's not getting eaten.
Didn't matter.
It's got fish poop, dead
Yeah.
fish, dead cows. It's got rotting stuff, but it's all under the thermocline. When it gets to the top, where there's sunlight and oxygen, and everything goes, oh my God, food!
And we can decompose now.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you can't get that out of the water, the drinking water.
Yeah.
You cannot get it out of the drinking water. So you'll know it's the first time Jim walked into a convenience store with me and and turnover water came out. He went, I say, oh, the lake's turned over. Let's go somewhere else.
Anaerobic bacteria. Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oklahoma.
it does tap water. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll run it and it'll cross your eyes.
Yeah.
And we drink bottled water for about a month till everything gets
It
settled
will
out.
also turn your shower or your bathtub red
No kidding.
because they do the best they can, but you cannot process that stuff out.
Well, you
No,
can, but not in any way that's cost effective.
Cost effective.
Well,
or
that's a good
yeah.
point. Yeah, cost effective.
if you want to drink 50% chlorine, we can take care of it. However,
Well, when I say cost effective, you heat it up, it turns to vapor.
Yeah.
Brings, distillation
Yeah,
plant
yeah.
could do it, but short of that,
Yeah.
and we haven't had a turnover in some years.
Yeah. Oh, we had a turnover last year,
Did we? I did. I never noticed.
last fall. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Richard. Canals in Bangkok, any Benjos anywhere in Westpac.
If you want to lose your romantic ideas about Venice,
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Yeah. Venice is,
go visit the canals.
yeah,
You will lose all your romantic ideations about Venice with a quickness.
especially in the fall.
Woo!
and you see the gondoliers and the tourists, and you're going, why is nobody frowning? I mean, why is nobody wrinkling their nose? I mean,
Because they grew up in it, they
Yeah.
don't notice it.
no, I'm talking about the tourists that are there, you know,
Because they're drunk as skunks.
okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, I took the opportunity while I was in Europe to do a little traveling.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody wants to take a gondola ride.
Yeah. Once.
Exactly. And the tourist I was with all had that look going on,
Yeah.
you know, where the face wrinkles
It
up.
stinks.
But you see the movies, and nobody ever has a
Because they're getting paid not to.
well, you know, that's a lot of money not to have your face involuntarily wrinkle.
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh.
then again, half the time it's probably being done on a set someplace that has nothing to do with gondola water.
Yeah, the Klongs,
oh, man.
which is the canals in Thailand. And the same thing in the Philippines. They swim in those,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and
India,
Yeah.
the Ganges. That
Yeah.
is the nastiest freaking river in the world, bar none.
and people drink out of it.
Oh yeah.
They're in there.
Yeah. Well, and going across the bridge from Subic and Cuby into Olongapo, you walked across what was colloquially known as Shit River, because you could see human feces floating in the river,
Oh, that's
and the
There-
kids were out there diving for pesos.
I forget the name of it. There's a floating community in the bay in Lagos, Nigeria. It's a little floating. I hesitate to call it a town, but it's a fucking town.
Yeah.
And there are no laws there. So if you need certain services, and I forget the name of it, squirrels, close to.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway, so you go out to this little floating thing in the bay, and there's nothing nastier. There is nothing nastier than that bay. It's
Libertarian Island.
no, it's not libertarian. It's something else.
But you got the same thing in Lake Washington up in Seattle. You got the same thing in Sausalito.
I gotta look it up. Hang on a second.
Okay. You've got the same thing in San Diego, in Los Angeles Harbor. Anywhere you have a harbor,
Floating community,
in
especially.
any kind of floated community, people living on boats, there is more shit going in the water than you would ever believe. Because they don't want to pay,
Makoko.
they don't want to pay to get pumped out. They don't want to move the boat, or in a lot of cases, they can't move the boat, especially houseboats. And sewer hookups in those places are expensive.
Makoko. If you need stuff done, Makoko. When I say this place was Makoko was founded by Bushmen. There are no laws there, and if you've got the dosh, if you got the anything you need, up to including government's overturned. But holy God,
No, he has nothing to do with that place.
oh,
Now, I'm just laughing at Dan and Greg between the monkey fights and the banana shows. Yeah.
that is one disease infested, reeking place.
Well, they all are. But once again, it comes down to what your body is willing to fight off and what you grew up with.
And how bad do you need that stinger ski?
Uh,
But I mean, that's why I personally believe that's why we have so many allergies today, and we
Oh, yeah.
have so many kids with problems, because they don't go outside, they don't play, they don't get dirty, they don't get licked by the dog. So their immune system sucks.
They don't roll in the mud.
that matter, they don't wade through cow shit or pig shit to feed the cows.
Well, it's not just wading through. I follow this Cajun on. He does these. I forget what his name is, but he does these little shorts, and he's a goofy ass Cajun. But one of his shorts was he went out to his yard, and there's these little mud volcanoes in his yard, and he was doing a show and tell.
Crawfish holes.
Yeah, crawdad holes. And he's pulling the crawfish out, and he said something about this one. This is not big enough to eat up on it back. And the comments were mind blowing. Oh my God, you don't. He was like, we good eating, good
Yeah.
eating.
You can achieve results without swimming in an open sewer.
Tom, you are correct.
Yeah. Watch it, Nancy.
Goofy ass cages. I've seen some very formal cages.
Yeah.
Especially older breed. But he's just this goofy ass. He does food. He's doing the Boudin tour right now. Driving around various gas stations in
He's
South.
late. Boudin is normally in February or March.
Well, he's driving around the gas stations in Southwest Louisiana, rating their Boudin.
He's finding some good stuff, and he's finding some nasty stuff.
Yep, according to him, he is.
3 kids out to the farm with 5 suitcases. Told us to change clothes more than once a day. Mom let him get dirty, runny nose. It's cleared up in a couple of days. The aunt finally understood. Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking Ian has been ill a few times over the past year.
Hmm.
I'm always amazed. With his background, he should be immune to everything.
Oh, just because you've got the immune system from hell
Yeah.
doesn't mean.
There's still stuff that's going to catch you
Well,
off
not
guard.
only that, but it's got to activate.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, when you have an immune system that was raised on West African hemorrhagic fever and monkeypox, when it gets a hold of the common U.S. cold, it shows up with nukes.
Yeah.
And the immune system nuclear response is the immune system is why you have a fever. It's why you get a runny nose. That's how the fever raises body temperature to kill.
Yeah.
Or denature whatever's in there, and the runny nose gets out, and diarrhea. When it shows up armed with West African hemorrhagic fever, I will feel like crap for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then my immune system is smoking an unfiltered Camel and looking at listening to the common cold virus sniveling in the closet.
Doug, I'm going to tell you, I can sound just like Julian just anytime I want, but I learned how to talk different when I was growing up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I will guarantee you, I had COVID-19 once.
I would like to see the two of you do an entire podcast, or whatever you want to call this show,
With accents? No.
with your childhood accent.
No. Nope.
I might even come in here and say lot and right and not, and I ain't never seen nothing like that there airplane with you.
I got so sick briefly. For a
Well, I'm
week.
pretty sure we had COVID in 2019.
Oh, I know we did when we came back from
Yeah.
FTUE, and my immune system went on high alert and kicked the snot out of something.
Yeah.
And I don't. The flu is a bump for about a day.
Yeah.
And this thing knocked my dick in the dirt for about 5 days. Oh God, I was sick.
Mine
And
was
then-
about a week and a half.
Done. Moving on.
All right, we've talked long enough about that. What do we got coming out?
There's the one once. What are coming out? I'd like to remind everybody about the charity anthology.
Yes.
For those of you who have been agitating for the Racketry Press schedule, it will come out in 3 parts because, damn, we're going to put up our the Antho schedule, and then the novel schedule, and then the boys' book schedule. We're gonna, and then we'll combine them all together. As far as what's coming up next, you talk. Let me look it up.
Okay. Next, according to Cedar, is Moggies of Mars next week. Hairballs, Hiccups, and Hope is the charity auction or the charity antho that's online now, benefiting Lori Janoski. And the library anthology is called Library Creatures. That closes September the 30th. And right now, folks, I have one story, mine. So I need stories.
Right.
I'd like to get at least 10.
Oh, that reminds me. Yes. Cedar and I, and anybody else we can wrangle together, will be doing a YouTube where we announce the anthology open calls.
And and Doug is really wanting an anthology called The Smell of Money.
Doug, knock yourself out. I fully support your folks. Write to Doug. Send him your smell of money stories.
Thank you, Cedar.
That sounds like a really crappy anthology.
Cookbook is on hold. That one's been set aside while we get everything else together. I'm hoping we'll get the cookbook released sometime along, but right now it's taken second place to everything else.
Nancy,
Everything else we've done.
Nancy, the library anthology is 30 September.
But no, Doug, use PubShare. Use PubShare to pay your authors.
Well, actually, Wally is the one that came up with it. So.
Wally knows better.
And on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time today. Hopefully you have a good weekend and a safe one.
How many submissions glitch, Grim? Either 107 or 117. I misremember. 107, 117. It's
Over 100.
over 100.
Jesse, the library anthology is due 30 September for the third time. Remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe. You hear me?
Be safe. Be careful. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.